Hey, what's up, guys? It's Thursday night, and I figured I would make my version of a should you summon video before we get into the summoning weekend. If you do enjoy the video, please click the like button. As I always say, it helps me out a ton. It brings more people to the channel. It brings, I don't know, it helps the algorithm or something, okay? So please like the video if you enjoy, and if you like hanging out with me, please subscribe. I appreciate all the recent support. The subscriber count is growing, so I'm really happy you guys are enjoying the content. Always feel free to leave suggestions down below in the comments of what kind of stuff that you'd like to see, because I do read all of the comments, like all 2 of them on every video. So, and guys, I know my voice is kind of like low key, and I'm coming off really quiet and stuff, but do not mistake that for me not being super hyped. I'm hype as fuck right now. My wife is asleep in the other room, and so I have to keep it down to not wake her up. But I am super pumped about this banner. Let's get into it. So for this video specifically, I'm going to be talking about the Ancient banner. So we're talking about should you summon for Praetus and Jeera. As you can see by the title, I will be going all in, and I think that pretty much all of you out there should also be going all in on this banner. Why should you go all in? Well, it's actually really easy because of this guy, the Pope, the fat boy. I don't know what to say about this guy. That hasn't already been said. He is objectively the best hero in the entire game for pretty much every piece of content in the entire game. Like, he's absolutely god tier, and honestly, he's so good that even if you already have Praetus, you might still probably want to summon on this banner to awaken him. Like, he's that good. He's beyond broken for Arena. He's incredible for GVG. He is amazing in Simra. Like, pretty much all the top teams in Simra run the Pope. He's in like every single top 100 team for like multiple codexes. So he's just ridiculous everywhere. If you don't have him, he's your most needed champ. If you do have him, your most needed champ is another copy to awaken him. He's absolutely batshit bonkers at this game. Now, one thing I do want to address is I've seen some people say that they are holding onto their summons because of the leaks about this new Watcher Lord coming out, Ingrid. My take on that is we don't know anything about Ingrid. Like, there's speculation that she could be better than Praetus. Like, we have no idea how good she is, and so it makes 0 sense to me to hold out for a hero that hasn't been tested or released yet, instead of pulling on objectively the current best hero in the game, that like it's unlikely for him to be surpassed anytime soon. Could she in theory be released and be better than Praetus? Yeah, but we have no idea about that, so it just seems way too risky to not summon for Praetus. And then what's going to happen in a month or 2 when Ingrid comes out? Like, there were leaks that a new Nightmare Lord is coming out as well. Do you continue saving? Like, there's always more heroes on the horizon that are coming, and so this is the best banner for Ancients like we've ever had. Like, you need to go for Pope. Other than Ingrid, the only other reason, which I guess is respectable, that I've seen people saying they aren't summoning for Praetus. If you saw Ronaldo's video, I'm not gonna word it differently than he did, but in his exact words, he ain't no basic ass meta slave. Well, if you're not a basic ass meta slave, maybe you don't want to summon for Praetus, but it's your boy here. Your boy is a basic ass meta slave, so I'm going all in. You probably should too. Now, why else am I excited? I am super pumped about Chira. So this isn't going to be, I'm not going to hype her up. Like, I don't want to be someone that overhypes her. Everyone's summoning anyways for Praetus, so I'm not really too worried about hyping her up if she ends up not being good. But I have very high hopes for this hero. One, she looks so badass. So the lion stuff, She was once controlled by Kujo, who was a lion god that she overcame, that she fought and killed. And so that's why she wears this armor and has this lion hammer as homage to that. I don't know if you guys read like the stories for the heroes, but some of them are kind of interesting. So I've heard mixed things about Jeera. I've heard that she's going to be completely busted for single target damage, and then I've heard that she's going to be good but not anything crazy. So I really have no idea, but I'm really hoping that I get her because I anticipate her being very, very good in a couple areas. I think she's going to be incredible in Simra, and I think she's going to be incredible in single target arena. I could be wrong, but that's my prediction. I think she's going to dominate the single target arena meta, mainly because Praetus is already god tier for single target arena. She will be buffed by Praetus, and she'll be another Arbiter to just add to that team. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how, I guess the meta wouldn't really shift because it's just single target arenas, Valderon teams and Praetus teams, maybe Gon teams, but yeah. So not really too much of a meta shift, just a new hero being added. But yeah, let's talk about her kit really quickly because I think she's really interesting. Well, actually first, let's talk about her stats because this is why I'm so hyped. She has extremely high base HP for a fighter. And not only does she have extremely high HP, her attack is extremely high for a fighter. So I don't know. I mean, I see a Glacier set being just absolutely bonkers on her. Glacier will shine with this hero. She has a very interesting mechanic where she's a counter attacker. So for her talent, she increases her max HP by 30%, and then the higher her current HP, the higher her vulnerability up to 30%. So the higher her HP is, she's more vulnerable, which means she takes more damage from enemies, which seems really bizarre. But it kind of makes sense when you read her passive, her Divine Reprisal. So for every 3 basic attacks, her 4th basic attack deals 150% damage along with defense penetrating damage equal to 100% total damage the hero has taken previously. So every 4 attacks, she's counterattacking based on the damage she takes. So with that in mind, it makes sense that she increases her HP, which increases her vulnerability, so she takes more damage, which means she can dish out more damage on the counterattack. And when I say she's going to be taking a lot of damage, I mean it, because even looking at her other skills, she inflicts retribution on enemies, which means she receives 30% more damage from those enemies. So she's, like, on top of making herself vulnerable, she's also inflicting debuffs, I guess. Is this a debuff? It seems like she's buffing the enemy, but yeah, she takes more damage from the enemies that she inflicts retribution on. So she needs to be tanky to survive since she's taking so much damage. But the more damage she takes, the more damage she does. So really interesting kit, and I'm just really excited to see how she works because I've seen some numbers in the tests where she's done some bonkers damage. So yeah, I really hope I get her. I'm excited to try her. But oh, and then I forgot to mention this, but another thing that I really like about her is her ultimate. So when she activates her ultimate, she restores 75% HP, and then during the skill effect, she increases her max HP by 40%, her damage dealt by 125%, and her attack interval by 30%, all lasting for 20 seconds. But the interesting thing is it has a similar mechanic to Abomination, where after it's triggered for the second time, it's permanent. So after she does her ultimate a couple times, she will just constantly be doing her ultimate for the rest of the battle. So that's why I think she's going to be really good in content like Simra. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Just long story short, be a basic-ass meta slave, summon on Praetus and Jeera. You will not regret it. No matter where your account is, you should be summoning. Even if you have him, you probably still should be summoning to try to awaken him. He is that good. Until next time, see ya.